This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, smash the like button 2 more times to make it count. Let's get right into it. Okay, so we're going to recap what's happened this week. A lot has happened. Tekashi took the stand for 3 days straight, and I mean, he gave up everybody. Now, let's investigate a couple things. GreatLakeAce got the new video out called Dope Money Remix featuring Catch Out Calhoun.
I was 23, making 28 jump.
And to run ads on the channel is jordantowermedia@gmail.com. Let's get right into it. He's confidential witness 2. There's another confidential witness. Okay, so I saw Academics going to stream earlier. You know, he was tight with Tekashi. So, you know, Tekashi let him know before he went in that there was somebody else talking. And if there's somebody else talking, all it takes is one person to talk. The only way you beat a federal case like that is if nobody speaks. I mean, you can go back and look at, you know, different crime families, you know, different mob families. It always took one person to crumble. It took an informant in there. Like, some people turn informant, some people take the stand. You know, there's just look at what happened to the mob. Okay, the whole mob. Somebody flipped. There was a guy named Sammy Gravano. His name is Sammy the Bull, right? This guy took out, like, I think 10 to 20 people, maybe more than that, okay? I don't know how many people he took out, but he only got 5 years because he turned informant. He turned government witness after getting arrested. And he was named... He was a cooperating government witness, and he testified against Gotti and other high-ranking mobsters in exchange for a reduced sentence. Gotti received a sentence of life in prison, so he got the worst of it. And I don't think he ever took anybody out. He just gave orders. He never physically did it. And you can even look at Max B's case. Max B got 75 years to start with, and he never did anything. They're just saying he was the guy that instructed people to do it. And the people that did what they did, that were connected to Max B, they got like a sweetheart deal compared to what he got. Now, obviously, he's gotten a reduced sentence since then. But you got to look at things like this. This guy's going to get the best deal because he spoke first. I'm not saying it's right. But a lot of people are arguing that he's not going to be out next year. And he probably will be maybe he'll get a year or 2. Tacked onto this, because Sammy the Bull took out tons of people. Tons of people. He had already done 4 years. By the time they gave him a deal, they sentenced him to 5 years, 4 years served already. So he did a year. And since then, you know, he went into a witness protection program, which I'm sure Tekashi will go into. And, you know, but still, the only reason he went back to jail is because he reverted back to his old ways, and he got caught again, and then they give you a lot of time for that. He got a drug conviction, and then other accusations later than that. You know, it's crazy. You know, he just couldn't stay away. He was moving like tablets or something. But anyways, if this guy got off with 5 years and took out that many people, all he had to do was give up a bunch of people. Tekashi won't get anything. He didn't do anything. He was just around stuff. And, you know, these guys did it for him, you know. So there is the reason why he did this is because somebody else was already talking. The organization was already flawed. It could have been Shoddy. It could have been this guy's CEO, Chris, or it could have been somebody else. We won't know yet. I was watching Reggie Wright podcast, and one of the guys on there said that he believes Shoddy will take the stand and he's cooperating. He might be. He might be an informant. We don't know, you know, but it's still disgusting what Tekashi did because he was naming people that didn't. He became a puppet, basically. So he did what the government wanted to do on the stand. If they wanted to introduce Jim Jones, Cardi B, Casanova, and Trippie Redd, as they did, and even other people like Frenchie BSM and stuff like that, he did so in the questioning. They coached him through the questioning, and he did it. And, you know, that allows them to refer back to this case if they want to bring cases against anybody else. A lot of those won't stick, but I'm just saying, it's like, it's crazy, you know? So Papoose reacted to all this, and he had a good interpretation of everything. You know, it's like, it's pretty easy. Everyone's seen this story many times. So Papoose said, boom, let me open it right here. He said, police got the blue code, the mafia has the code of silence, the government has the gag order, politicians plead the fifth, yet they try to make our culture think snitching is okay. Snitching is not a street thing. It's just morally wrong. It's morally wrong, but most people end up doing it. It's very rare that you don't get somebody flipping. And, you know, I don't know why they thought Tekashi, they said, they picked it. Think about his story. Somebody just went up to him in a store. He said, you look cool. You could rap. And they brought him in thinking they could make somebody. You can't make somebody have morals and principles. That's instilled in them. So if they choose the life on their own, maybe they have that. A lot of people don't, as you see with the mob, you know, and a bunch of other stuff. But you're forcing this on them. So if you're entangling them in a lot of stuff that's going on and there's evidence, think about it. And then also think about this when we're referring to Jim Jones, right here. Jim Jones talked on the phone. That brings down everything. You know, I'm not talking about it's his fault. It was really Mel that was talking on the phone to Jim Jones. So in a way, you got to look at it like this. Mel implicated Jim Jones for just calling him and talking about that. Jim's a rapper. I know Jim's been, and it's no secret that Jim Jones claims blood. He's done that his whole career, you know? It doesn't mean he's out there doing stuff, you know? He's a rapper, okay? And he's affiliated. He went legit. But Mel calling him and talking about that implicates Jim Jones because that's like what happened with BMF. Big Meech's brother was yapping on the phone, and that's what brought down that organization. They had all the wiretaps they needed to bring against them. Listen to Big Meech's interviews. He says those phones brought us down. Talking on the phone brings you down because they can wiretap you. Or having someone in your organization that's weak and is an informant will bring the whole thing down. So that's what's going on with this. So Casanova, I don't think anything will happen, okay? Because it's not like they have him doing anything. Jim Jones, they could get with conspiracy, which I hope they don't do. But it's why did they want that introduced so bad? You know, they had other wiretaps with him talking, with Mel talking to Shadi, Kafino Jordan, saying the same things. So they didn't need to introduce the Jim Jones thing. They wanted to introduce the Jim Jones thing. They did. Not everyone puts this on Tekashi. He's the puppet right now. He's the one just delivering. He's on the stand, so they coach it. That's the only way they can deliver the information. Coach him to answer the questions how they want them to. So it's really spooky, man. Like, this is like a big soap opera. Definitely going to be a movie one day for sure. Because this is like a mob flick almost. It's crazy. So hopefully Jim Jones secures a lawyer just to be ready, just in case. Because you got to have to look at that they're coming, you know, or they want the option to come. And then we're going to have Mel probably take a plea deal. You know, like, that's all you can do at that point. When you take a plea deal, you get a better deal than going to trial. Because if you make them spend the money going to trial, like, think about it. On Reggie Wright's podcast, they also brought up that Shadi got a sweetheart deal for 15 years for all the things they convicted him of. You know, he probably would have got more time. Tekashi, I bet she gets 2 years. He'll do another year, and then he'll be out. And then he'll be in a witness protection program. Or they could give him time served. They usually give you another year, because, like, that's what they did with Sammy the Bull. They're like 5 years, 4 in already, 1 more year. I don't know. You know, I'm just making the case that, you know, Sammy the Bull, he got 5 years for actually being worse than Jeffrey Dahmer. You know, so it's like, I don't know. Anyways, guys, that's the wrap up here. Cardi B's probably free in the clear too, because she already has her own issues with, like, what she did reacting to a, you know, Offset in the club and everything. You know, like, she has her own set of issues. and she hasn't done anything. She just was affiliated and not with them. You know, she made that very clear, and she doesn't know why her name's being brought up. Obviously, they're trying to paint rap music as being bad again, you know, and it's just certain individuals that, you know, that happens. It's part of the environment that certain people are in, you know, and they just can't understand that, you know, and you can't blame the music, you know. I guess they try to blame, oh, this is what's influencing. No, it's the environment, but it is what it is. Anyways, what do you guys think of everything? This is kind of wrapping everything up. I appreciate you guys. This is Jordan Tower with JT News, and I will check you guys on the next one. Peace. GreatLakeAce got the new video out called Dope Money Remix featuring Catch Out Calhoun. Make sure you go check it out on his YouTube right now. The YouTube is GreatLakeAce, and make sure you go to his Instagram, GreatLakeAce. Go check it out right now.
I was 23 making 28 jump. I was 19 with the 16 in the trunk.